these gorgeous plants. There's something that all of these plants need. They need shade.
Yeah, and if you look at the color. So, you know, we got these from Sheridan Nurseries, which also grows for Loblaws as well. And you can take a look at just through foliage and texture, how you can be made in the shade. That's why I have the sunglasses on today as well. And a lot of times people, you know, what is shade? That's the first question. Nothing grows in darkness. There's actually one thing that grows in darkness. Do you know what that is?
Mushrooms?
You got it? I call it the fungi.
Okay, the fungi.
Yeah, but if something, you know, if it's underneath the deck where there's no light whatsoever, it's not going to work. In an area that's going to be maybe an eastern exposure, a northern exposure, where you're getting morning sun or filtered light through trees, that's more of a shade kind of environment. So really pick the right plant for the right place. You got to know your light, and we talk about that all the time. Shade doesn't mean that you can't have flowers. This is Broalia. Broalia, which is, this one here is called Million Bluebell. It's a really, look at that perfect little color that's there. If that was in a bright, bright sun, it would fry the plant. Right. That plant would go, what are you doing to me?
Can it be in a little, like, do any of these plants,
they can be in like a dappled light. So underneath the tree, and you got a little bit of that light coming through underneath that tree. Oh my God, fantastic. Another one that will do good. And I'm just going to show you the tag, because the tag there is going to show you exactly what the bloom will look like. This is a brand new variety. This is an allium, and it's called Medusa, and it has blue flowers. And the reason why they call it Medusa, it's really kind of like snake-like in terms of the way it blooms. But blue, you know, that you can throw in there. You look over here. This is Jack Frost. And you take a look at Jack Frost with that beautiful foliage that you have, and look at the blues tied right in. Oh my goodness, you look so pretty. So pretty. So good for the shade, once again. Are any of these better in more shade than others, or can they all exist in partial? So that's a really good question. In terms of your go-to deep shade guys, ferns are really something that's going to do well. They give you texture, and even when they blow in the wind, you get a little bit of movement that comes from them. Another one that's a go-to for the shade as well are hostas.
These are great. I love the colors of these.
And if you look, there's so many different range of hostas that we have, from the yellows to the variegated to the blues. Those guys there are bulletproof. They can overwinter in a container. We have the coral bells that's right here with them as well. And those as well, when you get that contrast, looks good. And then another one that's really great for deep shade. I'm just going to grab it right here because it was a little bit tall. I just think this is
a nice one.
Such a beautiful plant. This one here is Sullivan Seal. It's actually a native plant, and for height and shade, it's just so interesting, architectural, and beautiful. Perennial comes. All these are perennials. Perennials, once again, come back each and every year. And sometimes they come back bigger and badder and better. And then here's another great guy just for you guys in the shade. This one here is Astilbe.
Some nice color here too.
And it's going to bloom.
Nice pink.
It's a beautiful bloom that actually has some fragrance. One of my favorite varieties of Astilbe is Astilbe Sprite. And the reason is you got multiple bloom periods out of that. Some of the heights of Astilbe can get quite big, and there you go. In shade, you're getting wonderful, wonderful color.
Now, these plants, I mean, they're all so gorgeous, and we want to really thank Loblaws for all of them. Our audience is all going to take home a shade-loving perennial, which is really cool. If you've got a plant in the shade, does it change the amount of water you need for that plant? Is there anything different when it comes to your water?
There are plants that will do well in dry shade. So you think underneath the tree, that tree's sucking all the water. So you got to plant perennials that are good for dry shade. And then there's other plants, like the Astilbe does well with wet feet and bogged areas. So there's always a plant that will suit a place. It's just trying to figure out the two, how to match them.
So read...
It's like Match.com.
Now I get it. Read the instructions so you know where to plant them. Thanks so much.